Hello, beautiful people. It's such a joy to have you join us again this week on My Romantics Life. How's it been? My name is Adelo Kuneye, Coach D, and I'm happy to be your host today. You can see is a solo hosting today, and Coach Mide sent his love to us. By the grace of God, he will join us next week. So, how's it been? I trust you are doing well. So today again, we are continuing in our exciting series about essentials for a beautiful marriage, for a successful marriage, essential keys, those things that should be in your armory, as it were, to have a successful uh, marital journey. And we've been talking about certain things, and we'll continue this week. But before we do that, we want to hear again from some of our people that we talked with over the times. We want to hear their own take on this. So enjoy. Ingredient for a successful marriage.
Calmness and to love each other.
Okay,
Effective communication and understanding.
thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you got all of those things, and you might just be the next person that we will get to interview. All right. We'll be treating two essentials again today, and the first one is forgiving. We call it forgive, and forgive ahead. You must have heard that saying that marriage is a union of two forgivers. It might just look like a saying, a cliche, but in actual sense, that's just it. Because I wonder how a marriage is supposed to work if there is no room for forgiveness. If you say, you hurt me, you did this, I won't forgive you. I will never forget. I will hold on to it. I mean, it's obvious that marriage will not work. A lot of times, what people term irreconcilable differences, it's just that they can't forgive each other, and they find one big grammar and put it there, and so they file for divorce, and off they go. But the truth of the matter is, when you divorce this person based on such matters that forgiveness and love and all of that can settle, uh, the next person you are marrying, getting married to, how are you so sure he or she is different? He or she is better? And of course, we know the stand of God concerning divorce, and it's not something that He likes. And so there is need for forgiveness. There is need for forgiveness. There is need to be able to reason out issues, to be able to sort issues out. And sometimes when you talk of forgiveness, it might not be something that might come, you might be able to deal with alone. For instance, if there is a situation, let's say infidelity, I tell you, to achieve victory over that face, if indeed you want that marriage to stand, you might not be able to go it alone. Both of you might need to actually see a counselor, a therapist, I mean, somebody, a trained person that can walk you through that phase. Fine, you are ready to forgive, but you need to be equipped and be exposed to a lot of information and all of that that can help you, tools that can help you to actually navigate that phase of that relationship. So how do we what do I mean one of the first stand that we have concerning the issue of forgiveness is what the Lord Jesus said when one disciple asked him that, how many times are we supposed to forgive? And he said 70 times 7. And I say, how possible can it be that someone will offend you that much of a time in a day? And even for someone to offend you close to that time is maybe amount of time. It has to be a marital relationship also. And even, I mean, except you are stepping on each other to every minute of the day, how can you offend each other for that much number of times? But just to tell you that there's been an elastic, the Lord Jesus put an elastic, a very wide one, you know, that okay, you can still forgive even with this wide elastic, with this wide net. What am I saying? You need to get to a point in which you just feel, well, I've forgiven you. There's a way it builds trust in a relationship when you know that uh this my spouse has a forgiving heart, and I won't go deliberately to offend you. I won't go like deliberately to hurt you. But I know when hurt comes, you can actually forgive. And if you have struggles with this, please ask God for strength. We are living a time whereby it's almost like, oh, if he does this, if she does this, just forget about the marriage. I mean, it's almost like you can close up a marriage at any flimsy thing. Anything that happens, you just forget about the marriage. That's not marriage. That's not what it's all about. You are not the plan of God is for you to stay with your husband and with your wife all through, in all through life. That's the plan. That's the original plan. And so you can't just say, oh, just one offense, if you leave it, you just go and go. So you need to learn to forgive is an essential tool to have in a marriage. Without that, you're in for a long thing. No, that marriage is not healthy. So forgive and forgive. And the second thing I want to talk about today before we go away is financial cohesiveness. Forget forgive the big drama. Let me say financial gelling, or just find a way of going about your finances in such a way that it is not hurting your marital relationship. Finance is big deal in marriage. Finance, sex, which other one? But those two, they are very big deal in marriage. And so one of the essentials is that you must be able to have a financial cohesiveness. You must be able to have a way in which your finances gel and does not cause trouble. The finances are not meant to disturb the marriage, to destroy the marriage. So you need to work out what will be able to work for you guys. There has to be a financial gelling, a financial cohesiveness such that you'll be able to achieve goals together. I mean, for instance, let's say you are not cooperating with each other financially. This one is doing her own thing, this one is doing his own thing. So how do you want to build wealth together? How do you want to build something like a legacy? How do you want to build something with which to train the children, with which to generate funds for you, even at your older age? When even with what you earn now, you can't seem to find a balance. You can't seem to be able to cooperate. You can't seem to be able to achieve projects together. You can't seem to be able to actually run a home just because of finances. So you need to sit down and look at what you're doing. What will work for us? Let's do it. If what's it called? Joint accounts, if it's going to work for you, go ahead and do it. If everybody maintaining their accounts and contribute to a joint account or whatever, learn, understand what will work for you. And the final analysis is that your finances must gel. Finances must not cause an issue, a breakage in the home. I know with present economic realities, there's a tendency for people to be more, how will I say, more cranky when it comes to finances. I mean, I can't imagine for housewives, and when I mean housewives, I'm not even saying stay at home moms, I'm saying for wives generally that need to run a home. A lot of us face a lot of headaches in trying to just, because you can't even imagine you go to the market one week, the next week things are radically different. So how do you even begin to do the budgets? What you budget for last month is not does not obtain again this month. So I know these are times where people can actually be cranky and irritant, especially where finances are concerned. But there's something I used to post, and I say that don't allow the challenges of this present time, don't allow you to to crack on your relationship, to make your relationship go sour. Because the truth is, if the outside is so tough and hot, and you just manage to come inside the house again and it's equally tough and hot, so where do you want to find respite? So don't let finances scatter the whole thing. No, what you can do, please do. Talk about it. What some of the things that can help you in finding your financial cohesiveness is that you should be able to talk. Back to the original first point, to talk about talking, there has to be a communication. You must be able to express that, okay, this is the This is how things are. What can we do? And then you must be able to also explore, other options together. Not that someone saying, hey, I can't afford this one, so this is what we can do. Don't let it be like you're just forcing, downgrading your family unnecessarily. Let it be a decision. In fact, if you need to involve the children, please do that. Okay, we have this challenge now. We might have to take certain decisions now. Do you have suggestions too on how this can be? So let it be an involving thing. Let it not be like the man of God said, see, we can no longer afford this thing, this thing, this thing. So we start doing this other one. Some people that have been used to certain way of life, and because of financial issues, they have to downgrade. Let it be. In fact, you can. There's a way you can make it romantic. If you need to trek together, make it romantic. Oh, I mean, just find a way to make yourself happy. I do tell people, it is not, this life is not a rehearsal for the next life. Next life is eternity. But this life is not a rehearsal for, okay, let's just do this one anyhow. We'll now come back into the world. There's nothing like that. Oh. So even in spite of the financial challenges, still enjoy your marriage. People who eat, uh, talk of the poorest of meals, they can actually be happier than people who eat big meals without joy. So make your own fun. Make it fun. The challenges you are going through, make it fun. If you don't have electricity, go outside, stay in this. Look at the moon. Tell yourself tales by moonlight. Just create a fun. Like you said, create lemonade out of your lemons. Please, finances is very, very important, and don't toy with it. Find your level, find a way you can gel together, and of course find a way you can earn more income. And the Lord will give you understanding, the Lord will open your mind to income, generating means that can help your family. So I hope you've been blessed again tonight, and I'm happy to be your host tonight. I'm Hadiolo Okuneye. So we'll see you next week by the grace of God. Go and practice what you have heard. Bye bye.